It felt a little weird at first, but it actually makes a lot of sense. What is up, guys? Welcome back to another Skater XL video, and as you can see, my setup is a bit different than normally. Today we won't be checking out a cool modded map, but we'll actually be making sort of a tutorial. I don't really like calling it that, but I guess I will be giving you guys some tips on how to do different stuff in this game. Because I've gotten a lot of questions on how to do stuff like 180 flips, the varial flips, varial heels, hard flips, and inward heels. Also how to do backside flips, because I kind of tweak mine, but you can also add your own style and just do it completely rotated in the air. We'll get to that, but style is definitely gonna be a point of this video. Back foot catch, front foot catch, stuff like that. I'll also get into how to do double flips, because a couple of people have asked me how not to do forward double flips, and it really just depends on how you flick, so we'll be talking about all of that. But hopefully with my controller up here you can see how I do tricks, and I think we'll just start out with the 180 flips. So hard flips and inward heels, I feel like personally is a lot easier than the varial flip and varial heel flip. So how about we start with those? But basically I would just say that you need to have your shove it, front shove and backside shove it. And then once you have those, it really is just a kickflip and a heel flip with those. How about we try to combine it? So you just want to do a little bit of a front shove with the flip, and then a little bit of the back shove it with a heel flip. Back shove it, that sounded weird, but you know what I mean. Now you do tend to maybe do 360 hard flips in the beginning. That was a 360 double hard flip. Wow, I can't do it now. But that was it. It's way more a thing when you do the varial heels and varial flips than you tend to do tray flips and laser flips. So really what it is, when you do a laser flip, you scoop a lot more. You want to scoop as minimum as possible, so only a little bit. See, I tried to do a little bit, but it was still too much. We got it on the second one. I still struggle with varial flips and varial heels by this point, so don't be upset if you do too. Varial heel flips and varial flips are definitely the tricks to get me on in a game of Skate, but that was a pretty good varial heel. That one was a little over-rotated, and that tends to happen for me on the varial flips. Let's try to actually do that. A varial kick flip. See, that was not it. And one thing here is that if you flick a little too late, then you are gonna get a slower flick. So you wanna flick immediately as you scoop. And I like that. I really do suck at varial flips. That is the hardest one for me. I guess that one counted. And that one was over-rotated into the wall. A really tough one to do for me. Okay, the second one was pretty good. This is actually kind of a good practice if you have the same problem as me. Just try to do them down those stairs there. But I think that was it for the 180 flips. I hope you could see how much I really scoop on the back foot and how much I flick, and you kind of get the idea of how to do that now. But let's just place a new session marker right here in front of this ledge, because the next thing we're going to talk about is how to exit grinds. So if we just get a 5-0 here and ollie out, you'll see that he'll ollie out to the side he jumped onto from. That was kind of a weird sentence, but I hope you know what I mean. Now, the question I've gotten a lot is how to grind, then do maybe a flip trick, or maybe just an ollie into another grind on the exact same obstacle. And the trick is actually really easy. You control where to jump off with the triggers. So let's say we push both triggers, then I'm actually gonna jump straight up into the air, and then it's reset after that, so you'll jump off to the side you originally came from. Let's say you want to jump over. We want to jump into the fountain. So we'll do the backside 5-0. Just hit the left trigger. And you see he'll jump over there. It was kind of a bad 5-0, so we didn't get all the way over there. We can try to clean that up. Maybe from... Let's just try that again. But what if we do a backside Susky here? And then we hit both triggers. Get into a crook. Hit the left trigger. And then we ollie into the fountain. There's really not much more to it, but you can do a bunch of stuff like that. Maybe even if you do stuff like a nose slide. Let's just try to get one. It's kind of a low ledge, so not the easiest to get into, but then let's try to go over. See, then you can land in a tail and stuff like that. And I forgot that it resets after you do one of those jumps. One of those jumps, that was a weird way to say it, but basically if we do the nose slide. Oh, now I just did a nose slide to a nose blunt. Oh my god, that was weird. But this is a lot of fun to mess around with. It felt a little weird at first, but it actually makes a lot of sense. That bail didn't make any sense. Let's just get this one. Nose slide. Oh, damn it. Let's see, you can do stuff like this. Switch Varial heel out. I just want to get that nose slide into a blunt. Ah, that is terrible. And then we can go into the fountain. Let's just redo that and then move on. Oh, wow. I still want it clean, but it's so much fun to mess around with stuff like this. Maybe it won't get any better than that. Let's just move on to the next thing, which is double flips. And I actually kind of want to do those off the stage, but maybe we should just do a couple on flat ground, because I don't think you can do it on flat with a low pop. Almost. Maybe you can. I can't remember if I have done that. I think that was way too slow for flick. I can't make that work right now, but if you wanted to do a double flip on flat ground, the easiest thing would just be to high pop it. So both sticks down, and then that was the forward flip one. And I don't know if you noticed where I flicked out, but if you flick out too high up, then it is gonna kind of dip like that. So you don't really want to do it rocket, but you want to flick out to the side more. The speed of your flip depends on how fast you flick out there, and the I don't know what you want to call that, the rocketness or the bonedness depends on where you flick, depending on how high up or maybe how low you do it. So for a double flip, you probably want to go somewhere in the middle. That was still a forward flip. I'm such a bad teacher, because I don't feel like people who don't have things to perfection should be doing tutorials. So I'm really going against my own principle here, but I mean, I can do double flips every once in a while. That one was okay. So if we step it up to something like a 360 double flip, then you actually want to go back to the 180 flips we talked about earlier and just do a high varial flip and let that flip one more time to a 360 double flip. So let's see if we can do that. First try. That was over rotated, but technically we want to get a little less scoop on that, or a faster flick. That one was really good. And of course the same thing goes for stuff like 360 double hard flips. Was that a 360 double hard flip? It was hard to tell. And of course also the laser double flip and the 360 inward double heel flip. We were missing that one. Now for stuff like varial double flip, hard double flip, that is just, you need the fastest flick you can do and the slowest scoop possible. I really suck at those, so I don't even know if I can get one. That was kind of on the way to a hard double flip. We can try to do that off the stage. Yeah, I guess we'll take that one. That was the hard double flip, and I hope you could see on my controller how much I scooped and how fast I flicked and stuff like that. Because it is really a tricky one, and you just gotta try it out a couple times. Or maybe a lot of times in my case to learn that. But I think that's what I wanted to talk about for the double flips. But for the next thing, how about we just stay on the stage, because there are several ways to do tricks in Skater XL, and you just really gotta find your own style. So for me, for example, I like to really try to slow flip if I'm going down drops or gaps and stuff. Maybe even get a bit of a higher flick on it so the board dips a little bit. For stuff like a backside flip, if I'm just doing a backside flip on flat, I tend to do a 90 degrees flip trick and then actually tweak my feet in the air. Oh, that was a late heel. But if I do like this in the air, that's how I complete my spin. So I would do like this when I do backside flips on flat, for example. Now with the free flip mode, you also have complete control over the feet. So for stuff like a 360 pop shot, for example, maybe you'd want to extend your front foot a little bit. You want to get your back foot out the way, or whatever you want to do. Find your own style in this game. Even if you do front foot catches and back foot catches, I've seen people do it like the wrong way. So maybe a tray flip with a back foot catch. And like, if you choose to do that, that's fine. It's not really for me, but it's just so awesome that we have the possibility to get our own style in this game. And I like that people are taking advantage of that. Now flip tricks aren't the only things you can do differently. Stuff like grinds as well. So stuff like Smith grinds, for example, I like to just rotate a little bit and then only dip my front foot. So in this case, the left stick, pushing that up. You can also do that pushing the right stick up. You still dip it like that. But then if you want a really extreme dip, you'll of course do it with both of them. I think that's a little too much, so I only do the front foot one. Stuff like crooked grinds are a little more tricky because you can do that in a lot of different ways in this game. For example, see, that one wasn't that good. You wanna actually be grinding on the truck right next to the right wheel. You really wanna pinch that. So let's see if we can do that. We really wanna put the pinch on it. Ah, see, we slid into a nose slide on that one, but you really wanna catch the front wheel. Like that. Ah, we slid into a nose slide again. We gotta get a good one before we move on. See, that was a terrible front crook. The whole truck was grinding. That's how I can only do it in real life. That's why I never do front crooks. I don't like it in real life, but when you do a really good one in this game, it feels amazing. So how about we get a front crook? Ah, we slid into the position you want to get in. Let's just try to open up the replay editor. So as you can see in the beginning here, okay, we float a little bit, but look at that. We are grinding on the truck close to the left wheel. That is how you don't want to do a front crook. But grinding a little bit, then we actually move over. As you can see right now, we are grinding closer to the right wheel, and that's how you want to do it. Really pinch the right wheel up into your deck. But let's just move on to the last thing I want to talk about in this video, and that is Bluntslides. That is probably the most requested trick tip I've gotten for this game, and it's really not that difficult once you figure it out, because you really want to aim over the ledge. So you really want to come at an angle like this. That was actually a Bluntslides, but not the best one. So maybe you want to come at more of an angle. And I am trying to low pop. If you want to learn it the easiest way, I would start out just high popping, because you want to really get the feeling of jumping over the ledge. And then for Bluntslides, it's important you push both sticks down, really get the pressure on it. Yeah, I tried to low pop that one. It makes it a little bit harder, but also looks a lot better once you get it. If you don't do a kickflip like that out though. So I really just try to do like, yeah, what is that? Is that an 80-degree spin in? Maybe 70 degrees in? Because I do come at a very tough angle, and then just push both sticks down and try not to do a flip like I just did out. Nose blunts you can definitely do coming at the same angle with a high pop. See, we even went too far over. I don't think I've ever done a nose blunt like that. Oh my god, that's easy to jump over. I didn't know that. Okay, that's a nose blunt. But if we want to do it with a low pop, I actually don't know if we can do it like that. Because spinning is so slow. We might be able to. Otherwise I would do like the cheating one and just come straight at it. But I guess that was a nose blunt. So once again, just slightly at an angle, rotate. Now you actually want to rotate more than 90 degrees. But then just press both sticks up, and there is your nose blunt. Sketchy though. Let's just clean it up. Maybe get a nollie flip out. Nollie Varial flip out. But yeah guys, I hope these tips will help you in your progression in Skater XL. I don't know what to say, but I have gotten a lot of requests on doing different kind of trick tips, and these were the most requested ones, so I hope they'll help out. I don't claim to be good at this game or say that I'm the best or anything. A lot of people also assume that I feel that way. I really don't. But I want you guys to progress and have fun, and if you could use this video, I would of course appreciate a like. But most importantly, I'll just see you guys in the next video. So peace out until then.